Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Professor Andries MONYEKI from the Research Unit Fast Track from the Faculty of Health Sciences of the Northwest University. And thanks for the invite. I'm going to share with you the project titled Physical Activity as a Natural Medicine in the Prevention and Management of Non-Communicable Diseases of Lifestyle. How much do we know? The layout of my presentation is as follows. I'll give a background about obesity and physical inactivity, factors associated with the obesity and physical inactivity, some research findings talking to is physical activity or exercise medicine, some intervention study from South Africa, and end up my presentation with a take-home message. So, in a nutshell, about the background about obesity and physical inactivity. Obesity is a major public health problem worldwide. And in simple terms, obesity is an abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that presents a risk to health. And South Africa as a country is faced with the triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. The data was done as a national study shows that 31% of males and 67% of female and 13% of children in South Africa are overweight or obese, of which being overweight or obese is associated with among others, hypertension with this bedfellow of diabetic. Excessive weight is behind 64% of the cases of diabetic in men and 77% of cases in women. Physical inactivity is associated with a number of all non-communicable diseases of lifestyle, and diabetic is a chronic and metabolic disease characterized by elevated level of blood glucose. So we know that some research that is available tells us that obesity can be prevented largely by lifestyle modification, such as physical activity. So let me just briefly share with you about the cost associated with the physical inactivity and why this is matter. Globally, it is indicated that the economic burden associated with the physical inactivities are amounting about 67.5 billion. And this situation in South Africa is like this. The research of the Discovery Obesity Index of 2017 indicated that physical inactivity cost South Africa 701 billion, which is also been distributed by percentage, as you can see on the slides, in terms of percentage of each illness. And all those is in line with the elevated or raised body fatness in the body as indicated by body mass index. You can see that for type 2 diabetic, it is accounting for 87%. So in the next slide, I'm just going to run quickly to show you the estimate of prevalence of diabetic in Africa, and the top 5 countries being South Africa, which in 2011, the people which were found to have a diabetic were 1.9 million, and followed by 4.1 million, 4.2 million in 2021. And United Republic of Tanzania with 472,900, and then in 2021 it was 2.9 million. Ethiopia being number 4, 1.4 million, and in 2021 it was 1.9 million. The Democratic Republic of Congo in 2021 from 730,700, it increased to 1.9 million in 2021. So now these are some of the information which come from the literature which show that physical activity or exercise is a non-pharmaceutical medicine which are having promising effect in terms of management and reduction of raised blood sugar level. One study which was done in Ethiopia, it shows that in 6 months, where we have got intervention and controls group, the baseline of blood sugar was 187.2 in the intervention group, and after 6 months intervention, it reduced to 168.78, while in the control group, it was not significant. So, and then this is a number of studies that I show you, but because of time, I will move to the next slides where I show you the benefits of using some physical activity dose based on age category. So if we talk about the adults, if they do 6,000 to 7,000 steps a day, they will be in the position to manage and control raised diabetic and all other non-communicable disease of lifestyle. So this shows that physical activity indeed is a non-pharmaceutical medicine which less risk or side effects, which everybody, if he takes the activity according to the prescribed dose, then he will see the benefit in management and control of diabetic. So, and WHO also came up with some of the strategies that need to be looked at, but I'm not going to go into all the 10 strategies that are put there. I'll focus on the strategy number 9, which talks about the intervention priorities, promoting research, innovation, and development. This, for me, is that the whole Africa from north to south, we must join hands, come together, and have projects that we will undergo and look at the mechanism on how to reduce sugar diabetic in the population in using modifiable factors such as physical activity and also lifestyle. So then I'm going to now talk about the intervention in South Africa. South Africa have developed a number of interventions. Among others, there's strategy on prevention of and management of obesity, which is started in 2015 to 2020. And this strategy is this one strategy that came about sugar tax, where in South Africa we have got sugar tax where all companies are encouraged to reduce sugar in the food that they are in the market so that they can manage sugar diabetics in the country. So with that, I conclude my presentation by showing that in Africa, as a continent, the high prevalence of NCD is very high, and the literature shows that hypertension is a bedfellow for diabetic and can both be regarded as a co-silent killer, which need agent attention. And we can see from the research that South Africa have made some strategic intervention, which other African countries can learn from and work together and have an innovative project in a way of trying to manage and control diabetic in the whole continent. The good news which I've presented to you is that physical activity is regarded as a non-pharmaceutical medicine in the reduction of hemoglobin from all the intervention studies that I've shown in my presentation. And I will end my talk by saying that if we could give every individual right amount of nourishment and exercise, not too little and not too much, we will have found an individual's safest way to health that will save the countries and family the restricted income and the budget. With that said, it means that we as Africa, as a continent, we must come together and ensure that we drive the agenda of advocacy, we drive the agenda of coming up with a project that will help us as a country or a continent in the management of NCDs that are facing our continent. And it is up to us. It is up to us as a continent, as I'm saying that to all of you, including my presentation, to say it is in our hands to make a research agenda in Africa possible in the quest to try to address things that are really concerning the population, like non-communicable disease of lifestyle. So by doing that, we will win and save families money, we'll save the country and the continent the money that is not available. With that, I thank you. And I end this by showing you some of the collaborators that I have been working with from north to south in the agenda of research in Africa. And with that, I want all of us as an African continent to come together and join hands in fighting the non-communicable diseases of lifestyle. With that, thank you very much. And thanks to the organizer of this conference. And it is much appreciated. And I wish all of us a successful debate in the conference and engagement and networking. Thank you.